Rita Ora just did a house tour with Architectural Digest, showing off her Victorian-era home. But throughout the video, everyone's eyes were on Rita's sparkling diamond rings. In this video, we're gonna take a look at Rita's new house, her massive ring set that no one could ignore, and her secret wedding to Taika Waititi. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First up, Rita publicly flaunts her new ring. You probably didn't know this, but Rita Ora and Taika Waititi actually got married back in August. Everyone knew they were together, but they got married in complete secrecy and they allegedly had a very small ceremony. Plus, they've also been keeping low about the whole marriage, so no one really knows or remembers them being together. But during this house tour, Rita made sure everyone knew she was married. Even when she was showing her 1800s house, it was impossible not to be distracted by her engagement ring and gold wedding band on her hand. In a Vogue Australia interview, she talked about keeping her love life private. Rita said after everything that happened in her 20s, the biggest thing she's learned is that privacy is very important, especially if you're a celebrity as big as them. Clearly, she was right, because when things weren't too private, they received quite a bit of backlash. Next up, they actually received a lot of backlash for being in a relationship. Back when Rita and Taika's relationship was in its early stages, they actually got into a lot of controversies. One of them was a three-way kiss between Taika, Rita, and Tessa Thompson. During a party held at Taika's mansion, the three were on the balcony and shared a kiss together. Both Rita and the Thor Ragnarok filmmaker were criticized for this because their relationship was just revealed. Things only got worse when Tessa was seen kissing Zach Stenmark just days after this. The criticism got so big, it actually reached Taika, who had a pretty honest response to the whole thing. He literally went like he did nothing wrong by kissing the two, and implied that some people were just overreacting. In the end, whatever they do with their relationship really isn't any of our business. It's not like they're gonna care about what random strangers on the internet think about them anyway. Now for some other celebs who got married in secret. Rita Ora and Taika Waititi weren't the only ones that secretly got married. A lot of celebrities like to have their privacy when it comes to their love lives. So here are a couple of other celebrities who also got married secretly. First up, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are probably one of the most loved couples ever, probably because of how honest they are about it. They first started dating back in 2011 after they were spotted holding hands and leaving Ryan's apartment early in the morning. By 2012, the couple had already gotten married, but their ceremony was a little different from the usual. It was in complete secrecy at the Boone Hall Plantation in South Carolina. Apparently, even the Florence Welch of Florence and the Machine performed at their reception. According to the wedding planner, they wanted their wedding to look and feel like home. The people at the event said it felt like a magical experience, and their faces lit up the moment they saw each other. Well, even though we weren't able to be part of the event, we sure hope they had fun at the wedding. Moving on, Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez. Considering Ariana Grande's name literally has grand in it, you'd expect her wedding to be exactly that. Surprisingly, it was anything but grand. The venue of the wedding was actually Ariana's house in California, and only around 20 of their closest friends and family attended the ceremony. But it's not like Ariana's house isn't like a venue itself. On top of that, they even decorated it in a way where it barely even looked like a house anymore. It was revealed they'd gotten married after Ariana's representative confirmed it just a couple of days after the ceremony. The singer even posted some pictures of her wedding a little while later. The couple first started dating in January of 2020 and got engaged in December of the same year. Although some people might think it was rushed, you also have to consider that they were literally stuck together in the same house for a whole year because of the lockdown. Ariana even made a song called Stuck With You because they were at her place the whole time. It's only natural they grew close pretty quickly. Coming up, Elizabeth Olsen and Robbie Arnett. Elizabeth Olsen actually accidentally called him husband during an interview, revealing she'd gotten married at some point. After that, she tried to stay silent, but people demanded answers. So she revealed that the two had eloped and got married before COVID was even a thing. So yeah, when you do the math, they'd literally been married for over a year and no one knew a thing. Olsen said that the timing was fortuitous because she needed to work in England, and there were some visa complications complications with that. We luckily timed things out accidentally really well. According to her, if the pandemic had come any sooner, Arnett wouldn't have been able to come. The couple started dating in 2017, and after 2 years of dating, they got engaged in 2019. Fortunately, they got married just before COVID, which canceled a lot of people's weddings. The actual wedding itself has no information whatsoever. They really managed to stay quiet on this one. Not even TMZ knew anything about the wedding. Up next, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Although Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth have called it quits now, they were dating for a very long time and even got married. The wedding came completely out of the blue. Just weeks before the ceremony, the 2018 California fires had burnt down the couple's home, so no one really expected them to get married that quickly after. The wedding was at their home in Tennessee and was only attended by their close friends and family. Unfortunately, the marriage lasted less than a year. She said they probably wouldn't have even gotten married if they hadn't lost their house and all their valuables in the fire. What made things worse is that Miley even referred to her marriage with Liam as an effing disaster. Yikes. Moving on, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez actually tried to get married back in 2003, but literally couldn't because of excessive media attention, they said. Apparently, they were thinking of hiring 3 decoy brides at 3 separate locations just to get away from all the paparazzi. But in the end, they just decided to call it off altogether. This was actually their second wedding after they got divorced a couple of years back. The wedding ceremony was on the 20th of August in Georgia. It was a very private event, and this time they didn't have to worry about the paparazzi or anything. The dress she wore was a modernized version of the fashion house's characteristic turtleneck column dress. The tiered ruffles of the skirt were made from almost 1,000 handkerchiefs and 1,640 feet of cloth. J-Lo said all the past wounds healed that day, and the weight of their past was finally lifted off their shoulders. So let's just hope this marriage actually lasts, unlike their previous one. Next up, Lance Armstrong and Anna Hansen. The athlete and his girlfriend, who have been engaged since 2017, got married on August 9th, 2022 at Chateau Lacoste in France. He revealed the news on Instagram a while after the wedding had taken place. The wedding, which Hansen described as the perfect elopement, was attended by only close friends and family. The couple has been engaged since 2017, so people have been eagerly waiting for their wedding announcement for years. They already have 2 kids together and 3 from the previous marriage of the cyclist. First got together in 2008, which was over 14 years ago. So it was only about time that they finally tied the knot. Last but not least, Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst. After 6 years of dating and having 2 kids together, Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst quietly got married in early 2022. The thing with their wedding is that there's no information about it. The rep for Dunst who confirmed the marriage literally went like, "No other details will be provided." The actress has mentioned that she and Plemons actually called each other husband and wife, even though they hadn't gotten married yet. She also talked about how frustrating it was for her not to be married, but already have 2 kids. The pandemic stopped them from having a wedding, and if things couldn't get worse, Dunst got pregnant with her second child. She said she didn't want to get married while she was pregnant because then she couldn't have any fun or party. So the wedding just kept getting postponed over and over again. Alright, do you think Rita Ora meant to reveal that? Make sure you let us know in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button for more videos like this one. We'll see you next time.